What's going on, yo? 5 Sports Talk back at it with another video, talking some NBA, talking Bulls Celtics, in which the Bulls win Game 2 in a commanding fashion and take a 2-0 series lead. Yes, that's right, 2-0 series lead over the number 1 seed, the Boston Celtics. The Bulls, the 8th seed, I believe, are only the second team in NBA history to win the first 2 games against a number 1 team, against a number 1 seed in a playoff series. But let's just break it down what happened here. Look, I had predicted Celtics in 7, okay? So I'm not going to act like I'm a savant here, but the reason I had this series going to distance, usually when it's a 1-8 team, this is the easiest way to predict a sweep or a 5 games at most. But the reason I knew this series was going to go to distance was because the Bulls had something the Celtics didn't. Actually, 2 things. One, they have the best player in the series, and that is Jimmy Butler, not Isaiah Thomas. And number 2, they have championship pedigree and playoff experience, which the Celtics just do not. Dwayne Wade has won 3 championships. Rajon Rondo has won a championship. Jimmy Butler has gone far in the playoffs. The Celtics team, while it is very talented, Al Horford is really the only guy with major playoff experience. The rest of the guys, Isaiah Thomas, Avery Bradley, Jay Crowder, guys like that, do not have nearly the same amount of experience as Dwayne Wade, Rajon Rondo, and these guys. So that was, to me, the 2 biggest things to why I knew the series was going to go to distance. Now, am I shocked the Bulls are up 2-0? Of course. I expected them to split here, go 1-1, and then back to Chicago where the series was going to go to distance. But you know what? Now, I know we live in the era of the microwave where everyone wants the quick reaction. We're a microwave era. We want to overreact. So am I going to say the series is over? I want to, but I will not, just because I feel like there is still a lot of games left in this series. Look, obviously, Game 3 is a must-win for the Celtics. But let's talk about what the Bulls have done to take this commanding 2-0 lead, and is this sustainable? So the biggest advantage the Bulls had in this series matchup-wise was rebounding. So they out-rebounded the Celtics again today, I believe, like 43-38. Robin Lopez is punishing the Celtics on the glass, and if they don't get a body on him, I'm sorry, Al Horford, but you cannot rebound like Robin Lopez can. The Celtics are going to have problems. He had a monster game on the glass in Game 1, grabbed like 8 offensive rebounds, and today another good game for Robin Lopez. And then I'm not even counting for Rajon Rondo, who is playing like the Rondo of old. Another key for me in this series was Rondo playing like the Rondo in the late season, you know, of the regular season, not the Rondo in the early part of the season. So that Rondo has shown up today. He had 11 points, 9 rebounds, 14 assists, just absolutely controlled the entirety of the game. And then you had Jimmy just being Jimmy, and then Wade hit a couple of big threes, which obviously helped expand the lead, but then they got contributions off the bench with Paul Zipser. He had like 16 points. Now, is that going to continue? Probably not. But if Rondo plays how he's playing, Robin Lopez is able to command and control the boards on the inside, and Jimmy Butler is still Jimmy Butler, the Bulls have a very good shot to win this series. They're obviously in the driver's seat right now, and I could see them ending this series. I'm going to say, look, everyone wants to say sweep, but you know what? At this point, it's easy to say that, but I don't want to overreact. I don't want to disrespect the Celtics like that, even though they have played like garbage. But to be honest, the series looks like it's going to be over, but again, I don't want to overreact. Let's look at the other side of things here. Again, Isaiah Thomas, bad game. The matchup is just bad, folks. Jimmy Butler's just bigger, and he can take Isaiah Thomas, and he can wreak havoc on him. IT had 5 turnovers today. Couldn't get a lot going. And the biggest thing for them is they need support outside of IT. And Al Horford, who only had 7 points today, if he can't come up big, then I'm sorry, this series will be over in 4. So the biggest thing for the Celtics is to make sure that they can win the rebounding battle, because the Bulls are killing them on that, and then IT needs some goddamn help. Look, one more thing about the Celtics, they passed up on the opportunity to get guys like Jimmy Butler and Paul George because they wanted to keep their draft picks, okay, the next draft picks that they have, which is fine. They can keep it. But this is times like this is when you need a Jimmy Butler or a Paul George, because clearly you don't have that secondary scorer that you so desperately need, and it looks like the Bulls are in the driver's seat, and it looks like the Bulls are going to win this series, folks. This is crazy to watch. Me as a Bulls fan, of course, I'm very happy, but again, just letting you guys know why this is happening, why the Bulls have taken advantage of this series, and if the Celtics don't adjust, it is going to be a sweep. I'm probably going to change my prediction. Let's say, again, I don't want to overreact. I still had Celtics in 7. I think I have to stick by my prediction, but I hope I'm wrong. I hope the Bulls win this series, and I hope they advance to the next round. Let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment down below. And as always, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.